According to the passage, one of the reasons some mental health and legal groups want to abolish the insanity defense is that, and then they offer several options. So if we're going to answer this kind of question, we're going to want to scan for the phrase abolish the insanity defense. And if we scan the text a little bit, we will find a very similar phrase, abolishing the insanity plea as a defense. It means essentially the same thing. And then they offer up a handful of reasons why. They say the reasons for this recommendation are varied. Many experts believe that current courtroom procedures in which psychiatrists and psychologists for the prosecution and defense present contradictory evidence as to the defendant's mental state are confusing to the jury and do little to help the cause of justice. So maybe it's bad because it's just too hard to interpret insanity. Some argue that the abuse of the insanity plea by clever lawyers has allowed too many criminals to escape conviction. So maybe some people are being sent to an insane asylum when they're actually smart criminals that knew exactly what they were doing. Others claim that acquittal by reason of insanity often leads to worse punishment. And this is where they're being sent to an insane asylum instead of being sent to jail. And some people believe that that's actually worse for the people being sent. So let's look at the possible answers here and articulate why one is right and the others are wrong. A says even clever lawyers are confused about when to use and when not to use it. And there's none of these statements talked about this. The closest one said that it confuses the jury, but the jury are not the lawyers, and so this is not correct. B, and this is actually the correct answer, says juries must sort out conflicting testimonies, become confused, and justice suffers. And this is exactly what we underlined and read. We talked about juries becoming confused because they're dealing with conflicting testimony. Over here they use the word contradictory, but the same basic idea, and this is the correct answer. So let's look real quickly why the other ones are not correct. When it is invoked, even if the case is won, the punishment often ends up being too lenient. And none of these say this. The closest one says too many criminals escape conviction. But this is different than a lenient punishment. They're saying that they should have been convicted of something, and instead this is saying they weren't given a harsh enough sentence. So this is incorrect. D, innocent defendants are too often being punished unfairly by unsympathetic juries. And nothing said that. The thing that we were worried about is that the people that are convicted of insanity get worse punishments, but not that they're being punished too often. So that is incorrect as well.